Elevation. So I throw it to you. Certainly a compelling film. What do you want to tell us about it?
There's really not much to say, I guess. It's pretty self-explanatory. And I'm glad to hear that there were people laughing, because not everyone understands the almost subversive nature of it. Because some people don't see the humor in all of it, which is great. But there's a couple interesting things, I guess. The only thing that everyone seems to find interesting is there's no way I could have memorized all of that dialogue. There was about 6 or 7 pages of it. So that wasn't all one take. That was actually several shots cut together to make it look like one take. There was a lot of choreography involved in there, and no one has ever pointed it out. And I'm so glad that worked out, because I see them every single time I watch it, and it annoys me because of how obvious it is.
What is your relationship to mathematics? Are you a math major, or how did you come up with the subject matter of the film?
Well, it's actually a kind of a funny story. Of all things, I was in an audio class, and we somehow got onto the concept of binary. And the man leading the class, he was explaining binary to us, and I found it so fascinating. I was the only one in the class who cared at all. I was basically like, how that is. I'm like, so basically it's just like yeses or nos, right? And he's like, I guess that's one way to put it. And so I basically, I got so much out of the concept of binary, because I just find that fascinating, that every single thing, anything you do on a computer is just a long series of yes and no's. I found that awesome.
So when I was watching the film, I thought of the 3 answers that you can get from the universe when you ask something from the universe. And the answers are either yes, no, not yet, or no, I have something better. So that's not exactly binary. That's binary and a half. That's food for thought for your next film. Do we have any questions from the audience? Yes? Hi?
So Eli, I thought too, when you were doing all the different editing techniques, going into different colors and negative or whatever, I thought, again, that was a reflection on the binary, that you were just changing those yes and no's and getting these different results.
I'm glad someone, I don't know if anyone else even noticed, but every single time it did change, it started diluting to only just 2 colors throughout the whole thing, and started in full color until it was just 2 colors at the very, very end before the simplicity cut, which was on purpose, just, again, diluting it down to just 1 or 2 answers, just the colors, which is basically the point, to reach just the green and the purple color at the end there. And basically as a reflection, because a lot of times I want people watch this and get almost like a prophetic vibe, which I find hilarious, because it's not exactly what I was going for. Which I'm trying to explain this as casual a way as possible, because I would hate to ever come off as pretentious to anyone. So I hope that it came out as simply as possible.
Well, it certainly has us talking. Are there any other questions from the audience? Yes, hi.
Just a comment. I just have to say the beginning, maybe because I'm old, but it really made me kind of seasick. Just because it was so wonky. Maybe it's my progressives, but...
No, the beginning is very, very shaky. I put that on a stabilizer as soon as I took a drink out of that purple liquid I had there. I'm
dying to know what it was.
It was actually just grape Kool-Aid.
Sure. And let's see, so what is up next for you in your filmmaking life?
Interestingly enough, I've recently discovered that there is a record for the youngest person ever to animate a film by themselves, which is 27 years old, and I decided I want to break that record by being the youngest person ever to write, direct, and animate an animated feature film by myself.
So you've got 10 years to do it? Come on, right there. So congratulations, and thank you for joining us. So now we have Paul Kelly with Now. Let's give him a big round of applause.
First off, can you hear me? All right, thank you. I'd like to thank Don Cato over there in the back for putting this wonderful program together. What's Inside Inside? The inspiration, Jean-Luc Godard, Wim Wenders, Gus Van Sant, and as existential dramatist Gabrielle Marcel. Judith Roberts is right over here. She's my inspiration, big time. And the other wonderful person involved in the project was Celeste Balducci as editor. I started the film in January. I worked with Judith on the script. We went over it and decided how we were going to develop this in different segments, about a woman examining her life and looking at how her world has developed and where she is at the present time, the now, and realizing that the instant, the moment is just as relevant and important as past moments in her life, and the predominance of satisfying consequences and looking at the tasks we have completed, the tasks we haven't completed. We remember more than the tasks we have. And a lot of philosophy courses in college with the Jesuits helped too.
So, do you know Judith? Did you find her, or how did that relationship develop?
Judith was introduced to me by Patricia Randall, another actress. We have done several films together. One film was called My Day, and the wonderful Don Cato was the...
There's a theme here.
Yes, Jackson Heights buddy. Came in on the project as a cinematographer and did a wonderful job on that. It has won several awards. And from there, I went into another film called Last Words, and that was another project with Patricia Randall as an actress. And Now was the one we finished this year. And if I can answer the last question...
Which I forgot. How did you guys meet?
Oh, how did we meet?
And have you known her all your life? It seems like
no. I had a script sent to her, to Judith, and she had my email address, and said, I'd like to meet you. And Judith she was in Eraserhead, The Beautiful Woman Across the Hall. She's been in a number of films, stage, screen, and television. She was on Broadway last year in Airline Highway. And she's doing a new film with Joaquin Phoenix playing his mother in a feature film called You Were Never Really Here. So I was thrilled to meet Judith. And when I met Judith, she was very precise in delving into the character of the woman, who, with all kinds of questions, and I was stumbling through. I didn't know what to say. I write things. Sometimes I forget what I write, or how it developed, and then Judith said, "Well, what would you like to know about me?" And I said, "Did you enjoy horseback riding with Pernell Roberts?" And he was on Bonanza as the eldest son of the Cartwright family.
So I've got 1,000 questions. Was any of the dialogue improvised, and is that your original artwork?
Oh, go ahead, Judith, please.
Just in my apartment.
Uh-huh.
That what was really nice was to just reuse my apartment, and it was artwork that I had gotten from a friend in California years ago, and loved it. And we started realizing the natural light worked very well in that space. So.
And is that your real apartment?
Yeah.
And is it where I think it is?
Yes, it's where
Uh,
you probably.
yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna out where you live. Just to swim in that pool. So do we have any questions from the audience? Don't be shy. Well, while you're thinking about those,
We have another project in the works. We're actually going to have a reading on Thursday. Judith and myself and a wonderful actress, Ching Valdez-Aaron, who's also been on stage, screen, and television quite a bit. So I'm thrilled to be developing this with these two grand women.
and that would have been my next question. So what's next? Have you thought of your question from the audience? All right. Thank you so much. What is your question?
Question, 'cause, but I want to acknowledge somebody.
Is it Don Cato?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is it Brian? Danny?
Can we call you Brian?
No, Danny.
I would
Danny
prefer-
has come to Queens World Film Festival every year.
You know, I think that's the closing moment with a round of applause for Danny. I want to thank you all for coming. There's one more day, and I think there's a big closing party. So come back tomorrow. There's still blocks tonight, I think.
Yeah.
Later tonight,
And tomorrow.
and definitely tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Paul, and Eli.
There it is.